All right, Titan Lacaden. Look, we don't show stuff from practice for obvious reasons,
Yes, sir.
but let's tell people what they missed today. Maybe one of the best plays of the last 2 weeks. You made an insane catch
Yes,
during one of the scrimmage plays.
Yes,
Describe that.
So we just had one of our, I don't want to say it, but one of our kind of
What you're allowed to say.
on the goal concept where the running back comes out or the quarterback comes out the pocket. I had a corner route. I was able to beat the defender off the line, giving me good separation. I went to my route on the corner. Ball was thrown a little bit behind, and the defender is kind of trailing me, so I had to work back into him, making contact. Just kind of using my imagination of where the ball would have landed. So I kind of guessed it. I put my hands into where I thought the ball would landed perfectly in my hands. I kind of put the ball against his back to get my hand position. I brought it around to my hip, and I just try to make a play whenever I can.
I could hear the yells. We were on the opposite sideline, and people were yelling, "St. Louis!"
Yeah.
Right towards you. You haven't been on this team very long, obviously, but what has the college experience been like for you so far?
Definitely crazy. Day and night difference from high school, but it's fun, man. It's a blessing to be on this team, blessing to play under Coach Timmy. Just a blessing to be in two position groups of, with great leaders like Landon Simmons, Cam Barfield, and then with the receivers, Pafele Ashlock, Nick Senecal, Carson Papunu. So I'm just trying to learn off of them, but it's been great so far.
I'm not going to ask you to play favorites on each group, but the fact that you get to be in two different position groups and get to kind of learn a lot of things on that offense, how thrilling is that?
I'm excited with just the way Coach Arch and Coach Timmy and Coach Tesua as well, the way they see me, the way they see my game, they're allowing me to just express myself, and they're using me in certain situations that not only benefits me but benefits the team as well.
You came in, a lot of people said, hey, you know this offense. I mean, how quick was the learning curve, if any, for you walking in?
I'll say it's a pretty good and an easy adjustment. Definitely the verbiage is different from high school to here, but the route concepts and the way we want to scheme up our offense is pretty same. So that's what I would say.
You talk about being in the different rooms. I mean, Landon Sims, you just mentioned him. You got one of the old grizzled vets, and here you are, one of the newbies. What's it like to watch what he does? Albeit very different than what you do, but what's it like to watch him kind of leading the way in the running back room?
It's definitely a lot of mental reps, even though I'm not really in there with the ones or twos as much as I, would like, but it's just about being able to, take what you see, observe the offense, observe your position, and, just grasp whatever the good is from their reps, from your reps, and, being able to, just duplicate that on every good and every rep that you possibly have.
Yeah, let's talk about school. You're going to college for the first time. Do you know your major? What do you plan on majoring in?
Yes, I plan on majoring in kinesiology. I'm just interested in the body, especially, football. It's only a small part of your life. So that's something I learned from my father, and I just want to get a degree that can keep me around the game. So definitely getting my degree in kinesiology and becoming a physical therapist. Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, you're preparing for Stanford. It's not like you're preparing here for, I don't know, Kahuku. Yeah. Not to throw anybody in particular, but how cool is it that you can say, hey, I'm on a college football team preparing to play the Stanford Cardinal? How cool is that to hear?
It's just crazy to be here, being in college. Honestly, it's every day I come out and I step on the field after we have our pre-activation, and I kind of just look around. And you hear Kali'i Rachel in the distance, and you just see all the boys getting warmed up and everybody's getting into their own zone. And so sometimes I just like to take a step back and kind of just praise God for bringing me this far.
Titan, thanks, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Awesome.